What's going on, ladies and gentlemen? Welcome back to the channel. I do hope you're doing well. My name is Paul. This is the Leeds Therapy. If you haven't done so already, if you could hit the subscribe button. If you are new to the channel, could you like the video for me as well, please? Any comments that you've got, please feel free. Leave them in the comment section down below. Now, this is going to be take 2 of the video because for whatever reason my mic wasn't working. So, you know when you record a video and you're just like, God, I've got to do all of that again. And I never write scripts for what I'm going to write, so I end up having to do it off of the dome sort of thing. And my head just goes... Ugh. So anyways, yes, a really positive way to start. Really appreciate that. So the first thing that I'm going to talk about, obviously, is the Sommerville side of things. It's obviously been reported quite heavily now. So we've got Graham Smith reporting it. We've also got Fabrizio reporting it and in a couple of other outlets as well. And they are all saying the same thing, that Brighton have now approached Leeds with an offer or to open talks, negotiations, however you want to put it, with a review to purchasing Sommerville. So we all knew this was going to come. We all knew this was going to happen. From what I understand, from what I've read online, we're looking at probably a £35 million opening bid, which... it's a means opening bid, so I think it'll take somewhere north of 40, possibly, for him to leave. So we'll just have to wait and see. Now, my personal view on this is that I am fine with it. I'm not sad. I'm not unhappy. Am I disappointed that he's leaving? Yeah, of course I am. You know, he's a great player. He's going to leave a massive hole, but... Championship's player of the season, he's not going to stick around for long. We have to live in the reality of the situation that we're in, which is we're in the Championship and our best players are there, pretty much cannon fodder for larger teams to come and take. By larger teams, I mean teams that are in the Premier League, before anybody comes at me in the comments. So my only thing is that I want this done really, really quickly. I want it done fast. I don't want any messing around with it. Hopefully this will now sort of liven up everybody else, so the Liverpools, the Chelseas, and maybe some international teams at the same time as well, who knows. I have a slight sneaking suspicion that he probably wants to go to Liverpool. My feeling is that in terms of for him to progress his career, getting game time in the Premiership, I think going to Brighton will be the better option for him. I think he stands more of a chance or more of a probability of playing more games and getting more opportunities at Brighton. So it's just whether or not... Well, we all know what Sommerville's like. He's a very confident boy, believes in his own ability and his God-given talents and everything. And he probably sees himself teaming up with Arne Slot, I would think. So we'll just have to wait and see how that one plays out, I guess. But I would like it done quickly, because the quicker it's done, the quicker we can either reinvest the money or look to bring in the targets that we want to bring in. And yeah, I don't want it to be a situation that drags on for a long period of time, because that then has the knock-on effect of just killing everything else as the summer wears on. So I've said it before, I'll say it again. The two that I probably expect to go out of it, all of our players, are Sommerville and Nonto. They're the two that I expect to go. Gruev maybe is a little bit of an outlier. We'll just have to wait and see on that one. But Sommerville is the one that I expect. And like I said, it's Brighton that have opened up the talk. So hopefully that'll flush everybody else out. A bidding war will start. We'll get to the price that we want quickly, and he can go. He can then get on with his life, and we can get on with ours, the post-Sommerville era, and see how we can, move on with that. Second thing that I want to discuss, obviously a couple of days late, but Phil Hay, what a servant to our club in terms of reporting at the Yorkshire Post and then at the Athletic. Just a big thank you to him for everything that he's done. His dark humour, his dry sense of humour on Twitter has been phenomenal over the past, recently, but just his 18 seasons, it's a long time to stick with a club that you don't support. And I think he would be one of the first to say that Leeds United definitely got under his skin, that he has an affection, a warm affection for the club and the madness that is us. He just got us, which is great to see. And whoever comes in to replace him has got big shoes to fill, really, really big shoes to fill. So good luck to them. I'm definitely going to miss his goal tweets when we score, because there's nothing that gets there's nothing that titivates you more than seeing those tweets go up. So just a big thank, not that he's ever going to see this, but just a big thank you to Phil Hay for his efforts and just his commitment to a club that isn't his, but we all took him under our wing and into our hearts. I think it's fair to say. So, it's going to be sad not to be able to put any news, Phil, anymore, and all of that kind of stuff. So thank you to Phil. Moving on. The last thing I just wanted to touch on, and I don't know whether or not I'm going to do this again, but I just wanted to talk about England's first game, obviously against Serbia, which we won 1-0. Typical England performance, dominate it for the first 30 minutes. We scored early, but then even though we dominated it, we sit back. We kind of want to just wrestle this 1-0 lead and keep it as it is. It was funny, the commentators saying, though, that Pickford keeping us in the game because he saved a shot that was clearly going over the bar. So, yeah, and that run out and punch that he did was just weird. So, just going through the team. Pickford, fine. Walker, good. I really like Walker. I think he's one of the best right backs in the world at the moment, just in terms of his recovery is just nuts. Centre back pairing, absolutely fine with, no issues at all. Stones and Gay, I thought they were very, very good. I hope I pronounced that right. I always pronounce names wrong. I thought they were very solid, very assured. Obviously, we know Stones has a mistake in him, but just overall, I just thought was very, very good. Rice as the holding, no issues with that. I thought he was doing everything that he needed to do. He was there. He was aware. Tracked back a couple of times, got into position a couple of times when the central defenders had moved forwards to cover, did everything that he was supposed to do, and shows every inch of the player that he is at Arsenal, which is great. Trent is not a midfielder. He doesn't have the situational awareness to be a central midfielder. For me, that's just my own personal opinion. Just in terms of his awareness of what's going on around him. It's different being a fullback and being able to see the whole picture, but being a midfielder, you have to do it at proper 360 degree view, and I just don't think he's capable of doing that. There was a couple of times where just passes were wrong, and his awareness of what was behind him or what was coming up to him just wasn't great. Now, I'm not saying that he is a shit player, because he isn't. He's got a phenomenal pass on him, and his free kicks are quite good as well to a certain degree. And his ability to create chances is good. However, with that being said, you cannot facilitate a player incorrectly into a team just purely based on the fact that he can pull a couple of passes out of his backside. Again, personal opinion. That's just how I feel about it. Foden, playing in the wrong position, so completely alienates him. He's played as a regular 8 out of 10 player for the majority of the season in the centre of midfield, and you put him on the left-hand side, which just completely negates what he is there to do and makes you wonder, if you were going to put Foden out on the left anyways, why not just take Grealish? I would have taken Grealish, but that's personal opinion. Because for me, the centre midfield partnering should be, I think personally, it should be Bellingham and Foden. That's who I think it should be. I thought Gallagher was fine when he came on. I thought Bowen was fine when he came on as well. Saka, great in the first half, not so good in the second half, because their left back got an absolute rocket up him. So he was told that he needed to do more, otherwise he was going to get pulled. So obviously he wasn't going to let Saka get away with that. And then Kane up front, very, very isolated, came too deep a few times. It was quite clear that the idea was long ball up to Kane and Kane to knock it down. But a couple of occasions he was coming too deep. And the one time that he didn't when he got the ball, it's a great save by the Serbia goalkeeper to push it onto the post. The created chance from Bowen. So that was quite good. And then final mention goes to Bellingham. He is just head and shoulders. Absolutely head and shoulders. I've said it before, I'll say it again. We all laughed when Birmingham City retired his shirt, but who's laughing now? Incredible player. He's an absolute joke. He's 20. It's like he's been playing the game for absolute decades. So fair play to him. He's just a phenomenal player. So yeah, I just wanted to see us to be more expansive. I want the shackles to be let off, stop playing so negative, but I don't think that will happen with Gareth Southgate. I think it's cautionary approach, because it's like, right, we need to get out of the group. So if we get a what we have, we hold kind of situation, that's what generally tends to happen when you just want us to go and smack a team. That's not saying that we're going to smash everybody, but we have the ability and the players to do it to the teams that are in our group, and we should be doing it. And unfortunately, you just feel like they're kind of hamstrung and a bit strangled when it comes to properly expressing themselves. And like I said, playing forward and out on the left just doesn't work for me at all. He should be coming through the middle, in my humble opinion. That's going to do it for this one. I hope you've enjoyed the video. If you have, please don't forget to click the like button. If you're new to the channel, please also don't forget to subscribe. Comment how you feel, comment section down below. And yeah, take care of each other, and I will see you on the next one. Cheers.